Hey guys, Greg here. Final rundown. So I got some more thrift store and cheap records to show you, and I'm having mixed feelings about this because just a few days ago I uploaded a video about my trip to Ireland talking about how we Americans are over-consuming, buying too much stuff. Me especially. I buy a lot of cheap thrift store records. Now actually I listen to a lot of them because I have a very inexpensive turntable. Not the main system, but this other system, and I don't mind putting cheap thrift store records on kind of a mediocre system, especially in the morning. I like to listen to something soft, maybe classical music. Anyway, we were up in Carpinteria and Ventura, California yesterday. Two cute little beach communities, and they've got, you know, antique stores and thrift stores and a couple record stores, and a lot of charity shops. So not intending to buy a ton of records, but I came home with like 18 or 20 records. So let me get into some of this stuff. Here's the first pile from the first stop. The community library up there in Carpinteria has its own little bookstore annex where they sell cheap books. You can get all kinds of books for $1 or $2. Well, there was a little sign on the record area. It said records 25 cents. So I thought, okay, I'll grab 8 records. After I looked through it, I said, yeah, I could probably put together 8 records, $2 worth. Okay, so that's what I did. 8 records. What do we got? Real quick. Mose Allison live. This is pretty cool. Recorded live in Palo Alto, California. Mose Allison is like this jazzy singer. He writes cool tunes and sings and plays the piano. I really sort of got into him after he died just a couple of years ago. Now I have 4 or 5 of his records. Oh, wait a minute. Back up. I forgot to do the math on this. I take my 8 records up to the counter, and she goes, oh, they're 5 for $1 or 25 cents each. Okay, I got 8 records. So she charges me $1.50 for 8 records. So now I'm paying 19 cents a record for 8 records. I would have got more if I would have read the sign carefully and known it was 5 for $1. I don't need more. A lot of this is classical, but like I say, I like to throw on classical in the morning when I'm getting ready for work. It's a great way to start the day. Here's a nice one, Vladimir Ashkenazy doing Mozart piano concertos. This is a fairly new recording in good shape. It's got the nice sleeve on it. Emil Gilels, is that how you pronounce his name? Doing a Chopin piano concerto. I don't really know that music, but it's in good shape. Bernstein doing Dvorak's New World Symphony. This is kind of a must-have piece if you're a beginner classical collector. Not necessarily this recording, but Dvorak's New World Symphony, like one of the classic top 10 pieces everybody should have. This is a really old record. On the Decca, it is David and Igor Oistrakh doing Bach concerto for violins, sonatas. I don't know the music that well. I like Bach, and the Decca is an old. It's kind of like the first classic record label, not classical, but classic. Some of the early Decca stuff is highly prized by collectors. I don't know if this is one of those or not, but the quality of vinyl that they used back then, really, it's among the best vinyl ever used. It's really hard and stiff, and it's not, it's a different sort of composition of vinyl that holds up really well over time, I think. And then this one I just thought was kind of funny. The Immaculate Heart Trio doing some Schubert trios. But check it out. They're nuns in their full habit. I just thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, you don't want to make a habit of that, but okay. Am I missing one? There's one more from this 8. That's not all 8. That's only 7. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm running out of space here. Oh, okay. Where the heck is... Oh, 2 more. 2 more from the library pile. Another classical, Beethoven Emperor Concerto. Who's doing that? Arthur Rubinstein. Yeah, it's probably good. Excuse me, what else? Okay. Here's the best one of the bunch. Louis Bellson, the great big band drummer. He's kind of from the era of, Buddy Rich and Gene Krupa. Louis Bellson, but it's got Blue Mitchell playing on trumpet. And Blue Mitchell went on to do more hard boppy, post boppy stuff in the Blue Note era. I think Blue Mitchell recorded some records on Blue Note. And what's also cool about this, you can barely see it, but it is in fact autographed by Louis Bellson, 1978. What does it say? Yo, Selena, all peace and love, Louis Bellson, September 1978. Louis Bellson was married to Pearl Bailey, big band jazz singer, one of the first well-known interracial marriages way back. I don't know if that was the 50s or the 60s. Okay, that's the 8 from the library, and I'm going to throw one more in. I got it at a record store a couple days ago. I bought a few things, but for $2 I got Shostakovich 10th Symphony, Eugene Ormandy. Look at the cover. It's kind of an Escher type geometric painting. It's not Escher, but it's, cool geometry there. This is one of those big, semi-bombastic Shostakovich symphonies. Okay, then we went to a record store in Carpinteria. I think it's called Murphy's or McMurphy's. Beautiful store. Every single record is beautifully wrapped in a sealed plastic sleeve. Kind of expensive. Not much under $20. A lot of stuff $30, $40, $70. Records that I bought for $1 at a thrift shop, I'm seeing for $20, $25. So I didn't get anything. Beautiful store, really nice owner. He'll sit and chat with you. Anyway, there is a very cool record store in Carpinteria. Little off the main street, so you got to look for it. Then we went to Ventura County, California, and another really cool record store called Gradys. And that I've been going there for a long time. Got a lot of great deals there. And what did we get? 8 or 10 records there. Mostly bargain stuff. What's this? Why is this here? Okay. So, for $5, I got kind of a compilation. Keith Jarrett, great piano player. This is on Impulse. And I know Keith Jarrett's music pretty well from ECM. Don't know his Impulse period that much. So this is a 2-disc set for $5. And it's got a great band on it. Dewey Redman, Charlie Hayden, Paul Motion on drums. Live at the Village Vanguard, 1973. This is a compilation of a couple different things with that band, but that's a great band. Keith Jarrett, $5. Can't go wrong. Let's see. I want to give these in some kind of order. Then my son wanted this of all things, Jim Croce. Why? Don't Mess Around with Jim song is used in Stranger Things. All the young folks are nuts with this Stranger Things show. We like it. You don't have to be young, but I lived through the 90s. This song is from the 70s. But Jim Croce, Don't Mess Around with Jim. What else? What other song is on here? Time in a Bottle is on here also. He's a good singer-songwriter, guitar player. Died tragically, I forgot why. So then I spent the rest of my time at this store in the $1 bargain area. Another Keith Jarrett for $1, 2-record set. Keith Jarrett, just piano. It's called Sand. I'm not sure I know this record. I'm not sure if I have it or not. I got a lot of Keith Jarrett on ECM. We will see. 50 cents a disc for Keith Jarrett. Can't go wrong with that. For $1, John McLaughlin Mahavishnu. Who's on here? And this is kind of a weird orchestral kind of thing, so I'm not sure if this is loved. Michael Tilson Thomas conducting. He's a big-time conductor. Who else is on here? Jean-Luc Ponty. I really don't know anything about this record, but I saw it for $1. It's actually filthy, and I think it will be fine after some spin clean. maybe not. $1. Okay, then there was a couple of classical there. Glenn Gould, the great piano player, and Leonard Bernstein. I'll buy just about anything with Glenn Gould on it. Bach, Piano Concerto. I may already have this, I hope I don't. Usually I get on the Discogs and I check out what I have, but I'm rushing through the dollar bargain bin. The investment for $1 is not that bad. This is probably late 50s though. Record's a little beat up. The sleeve is beat up, the record seems to be okay. Another Glenn Gould, Bach Partitas. I have some of the Bach Partitas by Glenn Gould. I don't know if I have this one, but Columbia. Was this one a 6i? Let's check the eyeballs. This is a plain old Columbia gray label. I think the other one was a 6i. Alright. Are we almost done here? Couple more. If you saw my series on the world's worst albums, you recall Marcy. Marcy, the little dolly that does Christian records. Look, boys and girls, I've just had my picture taken with Marcy. If you would like an 8x10 autographed picture like this, just send me $1 or whatever. There's Marcy and her handler. This is a Christmas record, Christmas with Marcy. It's a very bizarre concept. So, what songs are on here? Susie Snowflake, White Christmas, Oh Come Ye Faithful. If I see Marcy anywhere, I'd get it for $1 because it's a very bizarre, funny concept. Maybe I'll do that in the next World's Worst Records. Okay, here's an interesting record. Usually these compilation radio station deals from the 70s. I don't know what KGB is other than the Russian intelligence. I guess that's a radio station. But we have local stations here in LA that released similar compilations. KGB Radio 21 Boss Golden Hits Volume 1. And on the picture it has, on the back it has pictures of all the DJs. So if you want to listen to Boss Jock Les Turpin, he does the 9 to 12 noon slot. Anyway, the reason I bought this, I picked it up, I was rushing. I saw one thing that I wanted, so I grabbed it. And that was Hey Joe by the Leaves. I used to have that on the Nuggets compilation, which I got rid of like in high school. I should have kept it. Now it's valuable. So, Hey Joe by the Leaves, it's a great 60s sort of psychedelic tune. I didn't look at any of the songs until I got home after our trip yesterday. It's got some good stuff on here. What is Psychotic Reaction by Count 5? I don't know what that is. Davy Allen and the Arrows, the great, I guess he's a rockabilly-ish guitar player. Western Union by the Five Americans. Gloria by Them, which is Van Morrison's first record. Pushin' Too Hard by the Seeds. Snoopy vs. Red Baron by the Royal Guardsmen. Summer in the City by Lovin' Spoonful. I'm just reading you some of the songs. There's like 20 songs in here. Dirty Water by the Standells. Remember Walking in the Sand? Do you remember? Shangri-La's. Aerosmith remade that tune later. Anyway, there's like 20 good classic 60s or 70s tunes on here. For $1. Nice compilation. So that's 20-ish records. Again, I buy too many records. I don't always clean them when I should. I don't always catalog them when I should. They're hard to store. Why am I buying so many records? There's some good stuff here. Hopefully it's in good shape. And I got to do some cleaning and listening today, guys. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, and I will check you guys later.